Normal. When you hear the word normal, what comes to mind? Maybe a dog chasing a cat in a friendly neighborhood, or a crying newborn baby. Now, before I move on, I'd like you all to bring to mind maybe two or three things of what you think a normal person would do. There's no right or wrong answer, so feel free to come up with anything creative. Done? Make sure you keep them in mind because I'll come back to those later by the end of my talk. Moving on to me, growing up in a conservative society such as Indonesia makes it hard for people to truly differentiate what is truly normal. Today, I stand here to bring you all on a journey with me. From stereotypes blending in our daily lives to the effects of our bias and perspectives, today, I'll bring you on a walk through today's society. Escorted by regimental stigmas. Yay. Moving on to me, growing up and hearing the people around me say things about other people puts an uneasy feeling within me. But because in my culture, the elders are always right, well, I had no choice. Let's just go along with it. Growing up and hearing people go, oh look, she's white. She must love to show off her body. Or oh look, he's Asian. He must be really good at maths. Puts a lot of burdens on the shoulders of the people that are affected by these stereotypes. Now the question is, where do these stereotypes actually come from? Maybe it dates back in the 1800s, the 1900s? To be honest with you, I can't exactly tell you that. But what I can tell you is that it all comes from a way of thinking. When we meet a group of people that have similar backgrounds, such as culture, and they act similarly, we tend to put them all under one group, or we could say we stereotype them. So why is that a bad thing? Well, I'll give you an example. As quoted by Etta Emily, men tend to choose higher paying jobs, such as doctors or lawyers, while women tend to choose lower paying jobs, such as female doctors or female lawyers. Why? Back in the 19th century, women were only expected to be the angel of the house and support their husbands, that we had life easy and didn't have to worry about things like poverty and such. But women are so much more than that. Yes, women can live lawyers. Yes, women can game. Yes, women can live independently without needing a husband to support her. The only reason why we haven't done it until now is because of these stereotypes that are oppressing our voices. And to those girls out there, girls who are being married off without mutual agreements, girls whose brothers are being prioritized in education, girls who are being blamed for getting sexually assaulted are the ones that are suffering of the aftermath of it now. Not only are these stereotypes being used as to expectations or to limit someone's values, but can be used to harm a community too. If you were to meet a group of people that were labeled as terrorists, you would obviously avoid them, right? Now you know what I love watching on YouTube? I love watching people approach hijabi girls on the street and making terrorist jokes at them. Any sane person would want to avoid any threat or danger, so why not these people? Not only are these stereotypes being used to alter your perspective, but are also being used as an excuse for Islamophobia, for people's hate and for their ignorance. The same goes with homophobia. It doesn't matter if it's against your religion, because I personally believe that there's no religion out there that would support hate on a group of people to the point of treating them as if they weren't human. In the worst case scenario, the stigma surrounded by people diagnosed with depression states that there's this negative energy surrounding them. And most people want to avoid that. Now let me ask you this. What happens if you leave a mentally ill person alone? Make sure you check on their friends once in a while. Moving on, as we take a left turn, we'll be arriving in front of stereotypes' best friend, standards. They're like the minimum that each and every one of us have to achieve in order to be acceptable or simply valid to be considered. A very common example of this could be beauty standards or somebody just trying to be a benefit to society. In the community where I'm in right now, women would only be considered beautiful if they had a small waist, pretty face, and a busted top. One time, I was video calling with my friends, and I joked about how I got fatter during the pandemic, which was true. I won't lie about that. But you know what their immediate reply was? Oh no, you're not ugly, you're beautiful just the way you are. And I looked at them straight in the eye. How dare you? I never said I was ugly. People love being unfair to themselves, and I used to be people. But nowadays, every time I look at myself in the mirror and I compare myself to those girls with beautiful hourglass bodies, I tell myself, how dare you? How dare you compare yourself to other people's standards? Think of it this way. These standards are like shoes, and everyone is born with different feet sizes. Your feet would either be too big or too small to fit, and that's okay. Like what they always say, if the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, then don't. You want to make your own feet store, so stick to your own shoe size. And finally, our last stop, a walk in the park. A park full of different people that have been to different places and have come from different backgrounds. I was actually one time, I was walking in the park with my friend, and he stumbled across this woman who smoked. He started to act uncomfortable and scratch his nose, and being a good friend, I decided to ask him, "Hey, are you okay?" "That woman is smoking." And I told him that we could move to a different place if he felt uncomfortable, which he did, he really did, but it was for a reason far from triggering his asthma. He then told me that woman who smoked was stressed and will have a bad image surrounding her. Well, that man beside her was also smoking for the same reason, but that's okay because men are just like that. They're allowed to have their own stress and burdens. Like I've said before, women who do work that men are supposed to do are looked down upon. Validating a woman who's sweating rivers while acknowledging a man who's probably exerting as much effort as her, it wasn't as if they were smoking for the purpose of giving people lung problems because they were smoking in a designated area. Just because someone you don't know does something you not approve of should give you the right to disregard or invalidate them. Speaking of emotional invalidation, this applies to men too. If a boy and a girl were to watch a sad award-winning movie and both ended up crying, the former would be told off that they shouldn't. Shouldn't what? Shouldn't show emotion like any other person? But emotions are what makes us human, and you can't control them like an on and off switch, but you can build up a tolerance for it. Just because someone has a low tolerance for sadness should not give you the right to validate their feelings. To judge someone for being sensitive, to judge someone for being a woman, for being a man, for being black, for being Asian, for being gay, queer, asexual, for being things that they cannot control, should not give you the right to validate them, to disregard them, to degrade them, because these characteristics do not define you as a person and they play no role, absolutely no role in the thought process of your actions. Reaching our stop, we cannot conclude that the world is full of different people. They tell us to treat everyone the same way, how you want to be treated, without discrimination, yet they tell us to be different, to stand out and to not blend in, to be you. So what can we do? Now, I can't tell you to stop assuming people based on their personality, based on their appearance, because that is our basic human behavior. What I can tell you is to stop assuming it solely of these detrimental stigmas. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Because respect isn't earned, it's lost, and we should be respecting everyone equally from the start. Now, going back to what I asked you all to do earlier at the start of my talk, do you think that the things you listed down the line are normal by standards of human morality, or normal because of majority? My name is Aiza, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk.